May the Father bless this lesson tonight and he be with us. He said, where two or three are gathered, there shall I be in the midst. Well, I am me, myself, and I. And those that do watch and listen, I thank you. It'd be nice for you to leave a comment that you joined me tonight and you listened to me, even if it was for a second. I appreciate you taking the time because people's lives are filled with living life, and I am trying to learn how to live a better life than what I used to live, and that's why I do these videos, to take up my time so my time ain't going somewhere on some foolishness, if you know what I mean, because these ain't the times for that. I just say, so our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So I'm trying to just do Psalms during the day and Proverbs during the night. This is another one of my favorite books. I don't know why, but let's go. Proverbs 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel, by which mankind will come to wisdom and instruction, will understand words that bring understanding, and will attain to a well-instructed intelligence, righteousness, justice, and property. Property. Excuse me if I slaughtered that word. The simple will be endowed with shrewdness, and the young with knowledge and discretion. By listening to them, the wise will increase their learning. Those with understanding will acquire skill. To understand proverbs and parables, the sayings and riddles of the wise. The fear of the Lord is the foundation of knowledge. It is fools who scorn wisdom and instruction. Attend, my son, to your father's instruction, and do not reject your mother's teaching. They become you like a garland and on your head, a chain of honor for your neck. My son, if sinners entice you, do not yield. They may say, join us, and lie and wait for someone's blood. Let us waylay some innocent person who has done us no wrong. We shall swallow them like Sheol, though they are alive. Though in health they will be like those who go down to the abyss. We shall take rich treasure of every sort, and fill our houses with plunder. Throw in your lot with us and share the common purse. My son, do not go along with them. Stay clear of their ways. They hasten hot foot into crime, pressing on to shed blood. A net is spread in vain. If any bird that flies can see it, it is for their own blood they lie in wait. They waylay no one but themselves. Such is the fate of all who strive at the ill-gotten gain. It robs of their lives all who possess it. Wisdom cries aloud in the open air. I know I cry aloud. I'm doing it right now. I'm reading His word to your brothers and sisters in the kingdom. And raises her voice in public places. She calls at the top of the bustling streets, at the approaches to the city gates. She says, how long will you simple fools be content with your simplicity? If only you would respond to my reproof, I would fill you with my spirit and make my precepts known to you. But because you refused to listen to my call, because no one heeded when I stretched out my hand, because you rejected all my advice and would have none of my reproof, I in turn shall laugh at your doom and deride when your terror comes. When terror comes like a hurricane and your doom approaches like a whirlwind. When anguish and distress come upon you, the insolent delight in their insolence. The stupid hate knowledge. When they call to me, I shall not answer. When they seek, they will not find me, because they detested knowledge and chose not to fear the Lord. Our Father, God, Alpha, Omega, beginning and end. No man can separate us from the Father or the children. That's why you say, so I just wait patiently. You gotta wait, man. Gotta wait and let the Father will be done. That's His will being done, not yours, man. You can't get what you want. You can't always get what you want. Gotta try sometimes, all right? Excuse me, I'm not ate some fish. Excuse me. Because they did not accept my counsel and spurned all my reproof. Now they will eat the fruit of their conduct and have a surfeit of their own devices. For simpletons who turn a deaf ear come to grief, and the stupid are ruined by their own complacency. But whoever listens to me will live without a care, undisturbed by fear of misfortune. See, I don't fear misfortune. I don't fear nothing. I don't fear misfortune. I don't really fear nothing. The beginning of wisdom is fear of the Most High Living Father. The Most High God, that's the beginning of fear. So once you have that fear, can you have any other fear? That's just a question. Can you fear anything else once you start to truly fear the Most High Living God? Because you know He's omnipotent, He's always present. You can't take Him out of presence. He's right there writing stuff down in the book of life where He has His holy angels doing it because we have to account. Because if I do something to you, you can say, I done that. And you can go to the Father and say, hey, this person wronged me. I don't want to take vengeance on him, Father, but vengeance is yours. That vengeance will come because you did not do nothing. You sat and you let whatever happen. You gave it to the Father. And so after you gave up to the Father, then it's up to the Father to decide and weigh those balances and those scales. You know what I mean? What you did and what you didn't do during your meetings with different people, men, women, and children. It's all being accounted for right here on this earth. It ain't being accounted for nowhere else. So if you can count your blessings, you can count how much you've done. You can't really count how much you've done for people. If you've done a lot for people, you know you've done a lot for people, the strangers and whoever, or and you try to share the word with them, or give the clothing off your back. You know what I mean? You know what you done in your existence, and you know what you haven't done. I know what I done. And I ain't done it all my life, but I done it most of my life. You know what I mean? So, because some things you care more about than other things, if that makes sense. I care more about life, all life, and so it's hard for me to pick and choose what life to solely care about. Although I wish to just, cling to a mate and see my children being, raised up in my household, never separated from me, But my path is my path, and my path is with the Father. I'm, you know, um, any firstborn child, any firstborn of any creation, a beast. The scriptures say belong to the Father. I don't say it. If you believe the word of the Father, then read. Read the book. I think I don't know if it's in Leviticus or what, but it's in there quite a few times, more than once, line upon line, precept upon precept, or just type it in, Google it or something on YouTube, and see what they say about the firstborn of every creation, and does their inheritance belong with the Father? I Where's that at? I don't know. Is it on earth? I hope so. I hope so, because I went through suffering here on earth, and yet still trying to find complete happiness and live um, a whole healthy life, because it was coming into fruition, and then it stops, always stops. And I know it's making up, because you got to reap what you sow in life. But once you reap what you sow, can you reap a different harvest if you sow something better, if you sow something good, if you become better a person and not engage in certain things too much or too often, or you try to always uplift someone's spirit, and you try to uplift your own spirit and pray for others. Is that good in this life, doing that continuously, day after day, non-stop, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, even if you're at a job, and you're doing that job, and you making these boxes, and you're making this stuff, and you're putting stuff here and putting stuff there, you're doing this, you're doing that, clean up, whatever. Are you still in your spirit? You know what I mean? Giving thanks and praise and wondering what's going on in this world. Can you escape yourself? and who you are. No, you can't. So wherever I go, I think about, what's still going on in the world, because it's not changing. It's still pain and suffering every day for some people. And so I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that I'm living, because everywhere you go, you hear some tragedy. You know what I mean? You don't even be trying to hear it, but you hear it. You know what I mean? I don't, watch the TV or the news no more, or nothing like that. But when I do take a glimpse of it, that's what it's talking about. And I pop up on the phone. Is something tragic didn't happen. And so it was like, and it's enough is enough. You let me have my peace. And so, things that want to be violent and irritated and want to have a confrontation with me, I don't want to have one with you, so we'll be separated, and that'll be that. And you have your life, and I have my life, and we'll move on and grow. But if you don't want to be a part of my life, I ain't going to force myself to be a part of no one's life. I've tried that, with family and everything alike. People reach out to who they want to reach out to. So I exist with whoever I exist with, and I love them in that way, in that manner, and that lets me know that life is strange like that, and you have to become yourself and know yourself, and be strong in yourself. So if you be strong in yourself, um, you can settle for almost anything and get by. It will be hard. It definitely will be hard. It's not nothing easy. What's easy in life that's worth having? Everything in life that was worth having, you got to work for it, right? Well, the Father working it out for me, because I work now to maintain and get by. It's what everybody else do, and it's not really like I ain't need to, because I already got a really sturdy foundation. I got a roof over my head. And once you have a roof over your head, how much more do you need? Everything else is a blessing. To breathe is a blessing. To be able to walk upon the earth is a blessing. To be able to speak is a blessing. To be able to hear is a blessing. To be able to see is a blessing. That's why I say so. But you must regain and try to find the straight and narrow path, because if you don't, things will be forgotten. And I want to always be a part of the covenant. I want to be partner in that. I want to be that bridegroom. I want to be that remnant. I want to be a part of that multitude. I want to be part of the 144,000. Whatever the Father chooses, the Most High, because He chooses us, right? In the moment, time, and space, because the moment, time, and space is a blink of an eye, right? It's sad. But yeah, man, family, I love you. Peace and blessings to you. Peace and blessings. Shalom, all praise and glory to the Father.